Flying business class dressed like a maid must be a discount ticket. The sneer at 12F set off laughter across the cabin. Rachel Carter pulled her faded cardigan tighter and said nothing. Hours later, when Sheikh Khalid collapsed in the aisle, the cabin would erupt again, but not with laughter. No one expected the woman they'd mocked to move first. She wore worn jeans and a simple ponytail, a tattered backpack under the seat. The plane was a bubble of wealth. She looked like an intruder. After takeoff, the jabs kept coming. A man in a Navy suit said, loud enough for her to hear, "Can't imagine how someone like that can sit here." His friends smirked. "Probably won a raffle." "Looks more like a maid than a VIP," a red-faced Rolex wearer added. Rachel set down her water carefully. "Did you see her shoes?" someone whispered. Rachel met the woman's eyes. "They're comfortable," she said, soft, edged. Turbulence rattled glasses. An older man went pale. Rachel crossed the aisle, steadied him, and guided his breaths until color returned. "Just luck," someone muttered. She opened a notebook. A flight attendant asked her to push the backpack farther in. Rachel's fingers lingered on the frayed edge. Sometimes she touched a dented pill box, an old photo in scrubs, a creased badge she kept hidden. Dr. Rachel Carter, neurosurgery. Mid-flight, Khaled rose to stretch, and the cabin fawned. When she didn't stand, someone hissed, "No respect." Now. Then the thud. Khaled crumpled, sweating. Panic. "Is there a doctor?" Hands pressed wildly on his sternum. A man in a linen suit pointed at Rachel. "Step back! She's not qualified." She knelt anyway. "Clear the aisle," she said, fingers at Khaled's neck. "He's having a stroke. AED, oxygen, aspirin, now." Her hands moved with precise economy, airway, pulse, compressions when needed, mask fitted. The room went quiet except for her count and the hiss of the tank. 15 minutes later, his breathing steadied, his eyes opened. Rachel nodded, wiped her palms on her jeans, and returned to 12F. Whispers tried to reassemble. If she's that good, why dress like that? She smoothed a faded scrub cap, then tucked it away. As descent began, Khaled asked to see her. Still pale, he studied her. "I know you," he said quietly. "In 2015, Dubai invited you. You refused. They called you the neurosurgery prodigy." A murmur rippled through the cabin. "You haven't just saved me," he added. "You saved hundreds during the war." "I did what I could," Rachel said. The name landed like a verdict. Rachel Carter. The laughter died and turned to shame. On the ground, reporters swarmed. Khaled took her hand. "This is the woman the medical world regretted losing," he announced. "From today, I appoint her chief medical advisor to my family and hospitals." Cameras flashed. Passengers stared at their shoes. Rachel adjusted her backpack. Inside lay a child's crayon drawing. "Thank you, Dr. Carter." She gave Khaled a small smile and walked on. Fallout came fast. The hedge fund hotshot who'd sneered lost a deal and then his job. A socialite's contract vanished. Others found partnerships stalled and invitations rescinded. None of it reached Rachel. She'd already slipped back to the life she chose. Years earlier, in a canvas hospital tent, bombs shook the night while her hands stayed steady. A 19-year-old soldier watched her eyes as she worked. Artery, suture, breath, until dawn. The scars on her fingers told that story better than any headline. Khaled's office called and wrote. She didn't answer. At a small clinic, Cardigan traded for a white coat. Rachel coached a child through slow breaths, checked a grandmother's meds, and tucked the pillbox back into her pocket. She didn't need titles or cameras. She needed work worth doing. People would still measure worth by watches and seats. Rachel measured by pulses found and lives steadied. She saved a man at 35,000 feet and walked away the same way she'd arrived. Quiet, unadorned, enough.